I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers. I'm going to talk about Game 22 of the regular season where the Rangers lose 4-3 to the Edmonton Oilers. After entering the third period with a 3-0 lead, a 3-goal lead going into the third. Leafs fans, I am sorry for ever making fun of you. I will never do it again. For I was not privy to the pain that causes. 3-goal lead. 3-goal lead. Going into the third. First goal, beautiful tip in from Lafreniere, fed from Adam Fox. Second goal, Kreider behind the net after he gets the rebound, just kind of trying to chuck it back in front, bangs it off of Jack Campbell's pad. Nice. The Gauthier one, nice goal. Love seeing that. Love seeing the fourth line getting to work. Love seeing the first line getting to work with Kreider. Love seeing the kids line getting to work. Lafreniere getting a goal. Those are good things. Panarin had a goal in this game that got called back for being offside, but you know, still a nice play from Panarin. Laser beam. You lost. You lost. You had a 3-goal lead and you blew it. I don't know really what more there is. My question, because I have two questions, right? Which is, when did you know? And when did you know we weren't even getting a point? Right? Because those are two very different questions. Oh, bless my little sweetheart. I was dumb. I didn't know, nor did I know we weren't getting a point till the same time. It was the third goal. It was the Holloway goal that made me realize, oh, we're not even going to lose in overtime. We're losing in regulation. Like, the thought started to creep into my mind with the second Bouchard goal, right? Because Bouchard scores to make it a 3-1 game, and you're like, we're fine. And then he does it again, and you're like, we're fine. But then Dylan Holloway comes to score his first NHL goal, because of course it was his first NHL goal. Why wouldn't it be? To make it a 3-3 game. And that was when I knew, oh, we're not even getting a point. We're not even going to get a point out of this. We're going to lose in regulation. And they almost didn't. They almost didn't. They almost had to go to overtime. But on a power play, Lafreniere takes a penalty. I watched it, and I still thought it was kind of ticky-tack. I thought there were a few penalties on the Oilers side of it that could have been called before that. I saw Lafreniere getting eaten alive, as if he hasn't been looking really good the past few games. Here's the thing. I think there should have been calls before the Lafreniere thing, and I'm not even sure the Lafreniere thing could have been called. You blew a 3-goal lead, so I'm not inclined to care all that much. You'd love for Shesterkin to have had the second goal, or not the second goal, the third goal, the Holloway goal. I don't think he was terrible, by any means. This is a game that I think reaches the level of fireable offense for Gerard Gallant. Because, holy God, 3-goal lead. This wasn't even like, all right, you're up by a goal, or even a 2-goal lead, right? Where you're like, all right, you know, how do we want to hit? You could turtle. You could fully turtle, and you couldn't protect a 3-goal lead. It was gone within basically the first half of the period. A little over 10 minutes, not even 10 and a half. And it was gone. You couldn't protect it. Even, you could barely protect it for half a period. It's unacceptable. The defense on this team has gotten worse from last year. And defensive schemes, that's on Gallant. That's on the coaching staff. That's him. And it's got worse. And it's not like we have a bunch of Joe Schmoes defending. We don't have bad defensemen. Adam Fox won a Norris recently. Keandre Miller has unlimited potential. Jacob Trouba is a good defenseman. I don't care what you say. He is good defensively. He has been awful this year, but it's in him to be good. Lindgren's solid. Schneider has a ton of potential. Jones has potential. Like, you have a good blue line. You have a good D-core. And you can't utilize it properly. They've been awful. The blue line has looked terrible. We can't defend in our own zone. The scheming has been terrible. And this is the worst one. This was the worst game from a defensive standpoint. We looked better defensively in the last year of Quinn. And that was when you had the new look second pair with Keandre Miller in his first NHL season and Trouba with a new line or new pair mate in Miller. And they looked better then than this year. And here's the thing. The worst part about it, we have seen in sports recently that if the coach is the problem and you fire the coach mid-season, you can still get better or be great. The Raiders fired Gruden in the middle of the season. They took off and made the playoffs. Yeah, they got bounced in the first round, but they still made it there. The Phillies this year found out that Torres, forget his name, was the problem. They fire their manager, and they make the World Series. You had the Penguins a few years back. They fired him. They made the playoffs. They won the Stanley Cup. If the coach is toxic, and that's the problem, you can fire him and still be good. Which means either the Rangers are too afraid to do that, or they don't view Gallant as the problem. I don't know which is worse. And I don't like talking about coaches when they can't get their players engaged, because I'll always say, it's on the players. They are full-grown adults. They're making millions of dollars. They're playing in the highest league in the world. They've got to get themselves engaged. It's not up to the coach. It's up to them. But holy crap. You get to a point where they're so unengaged, it kind of does fall back to the coach. Look, the Holloway goal was awful, and Shesterkin has got to have that. That was the worst line change I've seen this season. We just look so lazy, so lackadaisical, so half-assing it. It's embarrassing. This is a talented roster. These are talented players. And they're just unengaged. The scheming looks terrible. They look bad. And not just like mediocre. They look bad. And the good thing is, you're still early enough in the season to fix the problems, but you have to actually, fix the problems. So you're still in Madison Square Garden on Monday, 7 o'clock. You're playing the Devils, one of the hottest teams in hockey. Good for them, but that's a weird sentence to say already. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but that's all I have to say for the day. So, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.